Have you ever wondered how to get your dog to stop pulling on leash? Well, this video is for you because if your dog isn't pulling on leash, then what are they doing? Are they sniffing or are they actually by your side? And sometimes our dogs don't know how to be by our side, so we have to teach them that. That's what we're going to learn in this video. Hey guys, I'm Madeline and I've been training dogs for nearly half a decade. Dogs have been my entire life, and that's how I got into training PTSD service dogs, as well as going to school to train even more different kinds of service dogs. So I have had these guys my whole, or not my whole life, but my whole adult life, and they have really taught me everything I know. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get back to the training. One really great thing that I like to teach all of my students is just a standard heel position. Because if our dog is naturally pulling and it is away from us, then they don't really have any value coming close. So if they pull and you stop on leash, then they look at you and they're like, okay, why did we stop? And then you start walking again because they stopped, but they go right back to pulling. This heel position really, really helps stop that and make things more clear to your dog. So you're going to need some treats for this. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can actually teach this position. With Mufasa, I'm going to use just some kibble. If I notice he's not super enthusiastic, I do have some treats that we can use, but I'm going to try and stick with his kibble. As with any new thing you're teaching your dog, you want to train this inside, somewhere where your dog is comfortable. And you want to make sure your dog can follow a hand lure. And what that is basically that they can just follow your hand. Now, if your dog can't do this, then go ahead and practice that. That is your step one. You want to make sure they can follow both hands in any direction that you lure them. This will also teach you how, you want your dog's nose right on your hand. You don't want to be ahead of them, and you don't want them pushing into you so they're nibbling you. You want it at the right speed. So practicing just luring is a really great way to learn that with your dog. If you already have a hand lure, then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to present my hand lure to my dog, and I'm going to lure him behind me, and then across, and then I'm going to turn him around so that he is facing forward with me. This is how we get our dogs into heel position. Now we're not doing anything super crazy. We're not doing competitions. We're not being fancy about it. All we want is our dog to walk with a loose leash next to us. So it doesn't have to be anything super, super specific. We don't have to have our dogs directly, or their feet directly lined in front of us. We just want them in the general position. All right, let's do that again. I'm going to lure him back, across from behind, and bring back forward. And then when I free him, I'm just going to say free and toss a treat out. Another thing you can do, and this is especially helpful if you have a really, really large breed, is I'm going to take a step back so it helps him turn his body around and he can get into this position even easier. Now, if you're struggling with the mechanics of that, then you can also do this exercise where I am throwing one back, letting my dog go catch it. I'm catching my dog at the heel position, going to reward there 2 or 3 times, and then I'm going to free him out. Free. And then we can repeat. Toss one back. Oh, that stuck to my fingers. Catch him right at heel position. Feed 2 or 3 times. Free. Perfect. Those are the 2 ways that we are going to teach heel. We're going to keep practicing that until our dog gets really, really good with our hand lure. And then we can start adding our cue. Free. So to add your cue, you're going to say the cue, Count to 1 in your head and then start luring. Heel. By counting to 1, you are giving your dog space to think. If we combine the two, heel, our dogs are visual learners. They are not really auditory learners. It's harder for them to learn by listening than it is by them seeing something. Heel. So by pausing, we are giving our dogs a chance to realize, see, Mufasa has a goofy heel. That's perfect for loose leash walking. By counting to 1, we're giving our dogs time to respond to our auditory cue. And by that point, our dog is eventually going to be able to just respond to the cue itself, and no hand lure is necessary. I was supposed to cue you. 3. So let's do that again. Heel. Yes, good boy. Once more. Heel. Good. Free. Let's do it once more with the other way that I showed you. Heel. Yes, good boy. Free. That's all for today's training. Hope you have a great day, guys, and keep on training.